Hello, New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com here. Today it's the 2nd of May 2022. Before we get into it, if I could ask the usual opening request for a favour, and that's if you would please subscribe to the channel. Every one of you that does is appreciated and helps, so please hit the button if you would. Right, today we're going all the way back to 1979 and a bit more youth revisiting, and Camel's album from back then, I Can See Your House From Here, so a little bit of progressive rock today. In the video I uploaded yesterday, looking at a review of the old Runaways album, and now the Runaways, I mentioned in there that I bought that because an email arrived from Cherry Red Records saying that had been reissued, and remember having that from the late 70s, I went out and bought that. And in the same email, they also said that they'd reissued this old Camel album. And I remember going to see them on this tour. Never been the biggest Camel fan myself, but did go and see them on this tour. Quite enjoyed it, as I recall. So ordered this as well. I've not heard anything of it for like 40 odd years. And what can we say about it? Well, as I said, I'm not the biggest Camel fan, never have been. Just got a couple of three of their albums, including this one now. And whilst it's not the full-on progressive rock of some of their earlier stuff, there's quite a change in style here for Camel. It moves away from what you might call classic prog into more commercial territory, but with still the progressive undertones going on. And it's overall, I think it's an enjoyable listen, very well performed, very well written, just as Camel always were, consummate musicianship going on. What about the music? Wait, nice jaunty opener, fine hook. Your Love Is Stranger Than Mine follows that, which is a rather sort of a catchy pop prog style, and that's enjoyable as well. It gets in your head. It's quite infectious, really. Eye of the Storm progs it back up a bit with a really beautiful instrumental, some excellent keyboard work from Kit Watkins, and following on from there, we've got other stuff like Remote Romance, which is probably the closest thing to a hit single Camel ever had. That's another poppy, infectious one as well, but with the proggy undertones. But then it all leads up to the masterpiece of Ice. Right, and what a marvellous classic prog track this is, around about 10 minutes, instrumental, marvellous stuff, chilled out, atmospheric, properly progressive, marvellous stuff, beautiful, haunting listen, it really is. You just sit there, close your eyes and drift off, marvellous stuff. And with this 2022 reissue, there are two bonus tracks here. We've got a single edit of Remote Romance, and a superb live version of Ice from Hammersmith Odeon in 1981. It's marvellous, peerless, simply superb. All over the album, we've got Camel's main man and Andy Latimer's all over it. What a guitar player, chips in on some flute as well. Andy Ward, for me, one of the finest drummers in prog back then, and the rest of the band also. There were a few new members in the band at this time. All pulling the weight, all performing well. You can't fault the musicianship that's on offer. In particular, check out Latimer's work on Neon Magic and Who We Are. Very impressive indeed. Overall, I like this album now. Plenty to like on it. However, the change in style from that classic Camel prog style would divide Camel fans at the time, and probably still does today. Probably debate it over a couple of beers or something. But in my opinion, more than a worthy listen after checking it out again after just over 4 decades. And the live version of Ice is well, stunning. If you would like to check it out and maybe even pick up a copy for yourself, I'll drop a link in the description box underneath the video directly back to Cherry Red Records, so you can do that if you'd like to. So it's more than worthy of any prog fan's attention, and even though my roots are Nawabum, I do still enjoy my prog, including this. So we'll leave it there for today. Do check it out if you'd like to. Is worth some attention. Please subscribe before you go. That would be marvellous. Please hit the button. And of course, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. and take care.